Welcome to Live Wire and a very good afternoon. I'm Siddharth Talia. Pakistan, our neighbouring country, has been named and shamed for being the fountainhead of terrorism. But now, Times Now will show the moral depravity of the Pakistani state. An Indian lady professor has alleged that she was sexually harassed by a Pakistani officer inside the Pakistan High Commission in the national capital in March 2022. She reveals her ordeal in a letter that she wrote to the Ministry of External Affairs and the Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, appealing for justice. She says lewd gestures were made and the officer asked her for sexual favours. Not just that, he allegedly asked her to write anti-India articles on Khalistan and Kashmir. Now this lady narrates 2 times now how she was hounded, harassed and harangued by a Pakistani embassy officer.
Sir, I went on March 2022 last year, and they asked me to wait for some time in a lounge. So then they called to a visa office, and where they said in the first 1-2 minutes itself that visa cannot be granted since the government is unstable at that moment, since IK, Mr. Imran Khan's no confidence motion is in process. So you come later in May and then we shall grant visa. Started talking in general about why do you want to visit, who are you, where are you posted, etc., etc. So I kept answering slowly and slowly, are you married, which was a very generic kind of a question. I said, no sir, I'm not married. And he said, why, what happened? I said, nothing happened, it's just, I am not married. He said, so what do you do to fulfill your sexual desires? And he also asked, do you have somebody you have sex with? Do you have somebody who you go out with? Can you have an extramarital affair to fulfill your desires? I got uncomfortable. I got up. I said, I want to leave. Please call the visa officer. Then he said,
and this is Mr. Asif from Pakistan High Commission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I kept waiting, and then he started talking. You know, it's easy for us Muslims because we have option of 4 marriages, and if we get bored with one, we can go with second. Says, you know, I really like your personality. He extended his hand and held my hand. He held it for a longer time. When I got up and I pulled my hand back, he said, no, I was only appreciating the rings that you are wearing. During this course of time, he also spoke on Khalistan, he spoke on Navjot Singh Sidhu, he spoke on a number of other things. Then he exited that room and another person came after 10 minutes. That person seemed quite polished and he seemed quite respectable also. He was wearing a suit, business suit. So I assumed that he is in a higher position. He started asking me same questions but in a different manner, and they brought me to the point of actually feeling very awkward with the fact that I'm not married and I'm single. And they started asking me, how do you manage your home? Then if there's a problem, what do you do? Who do you go to? And etc., etc. Does your religion, he said this, does your religion allow you to have extramarital affairs? Does your religion allow you to have sex outside, of marriages, etc.? कहते नहीं आपने वो सोचा नहीं, हमने आपको बोला था आर्टिकल लिखने को. They said to me in the embassy that write an article, since I write articles on the government, on Modi, on Kashmir, and I should tell the true story. I said, sir, what is the true story? He said, you tell how you are being oppressed as a minority. I said, who said I am being oppressed as a minority? I am perfectly fine. He said, you as a Sikh, aren't you oppressed? Don't you want Khalistan? I said, no, I don't want Khalistan. I'm an Indian. I'm very happy as an Indian. Mr. Tahir Abbas, who was the second person who came in the embassy, he had given me his number. He had sent me a message while I was in the embassy. I could not access my phone at that time, so I had recorded that message. So I sent him a message. I said, Mr. Asif is calling me for visa. May I come now? He said, why don't you come to my city? Let me host you for dinner. And in order to know you, I would actually have to know you. So why don't you come over for dinner, stay overnight here, and then next day we shall grant visa.
Shocking. Times Now has now also managed to access the chats of the complainant, which are a shameful proof of how the Pakistani High Commission official here in New Delhi made sexual advances in order to grant a visa to the woman in question. Now, in these chats, the embassy official, Mr. Tahir Abbas, asks the woman to come for dinner and stay overnight in order for him to get to know her. The woman declined the offer, stating that she has a flight to catch after she finishes her work in Delhi. The woman has claimed that the official then asked her for more favours, which she consistently kept denying. And then at last, when the official crossed all possible limits, the woman lashed out at Mr. Abbas. So this is, of course, these WhatsApp chats are also a reiteration of what the woman has told exclusively to Times Now, recalling that horrible ordeal that she suffered at the Pakistani High Commission in the national capital in March 2022, when she had gone to, in fact, apply for a visa. She speaks of interacting with two individuals who were extremely offensive in the manner in which they approached and conducted themselves before the woman were concerned, and what they actually did, like the woman claims, is tantamount to sexual harassment. Now, it remains to be seen as to whether or not these two officials are still serving with the Pakistani High Commission in the national capital, whether or not they enjoy any kind of a diplomatic or consular immunity under the provisions of the Vienna Convention. That is something that also needs to be ascertained. And since this complaint has now gone out straight to the Ministry of External Affairs and the Minister for External Affairs, Mr. S. Jaishankar, it remains to be seen as to whether or not the MEA in India directly raises this matter with their Pakistani counterparts as well. Gurpreet Singh China also has some more details for us. Gurpreet, these are extremely shocking allegations being levelled against two individuals who are Pakistani and serve in the Pakistani High Commission in the national capital. What's the follow-up action that can now be expected?
Well, very serious allegations have been levelled by one of the professor from here, Punjab. And now there is need to look into all the aspects. Not only she was being blackmailed to provide visa for Pakistan, she was also physically and mentally harassed by these embassy officials. And now she has explained the trauma. She has already written a complaint and she has already submitted to the Ministry of External Affairs. She has been demanding that there should be action. Not only the victim, she has been demanding action into this case. We have seen even the former Home Minister of Punjab, Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa, he has also raised his voice. He has also said that he has appealed the central government immediately. Action should be taken against those who were trying to blackmail this woman who was trying to get a visa for Pakistan. So he has also appealed the central government. Immediately action should be taken, and these officials who have been guilty in this case, they should be immediately suspended, and immediately criminal case should be registered against them, because this now it has already come, and she has already given a written complaint to the Ministry of External Affairs.
And Gurpreet, the sexual harassment allegation is one dimension of that entire complaint. They were also trying to recruit her to write articles on Khalistan, on Jammu and Kashmir, essentially spread anti-India propaganda, which she actually denied doing and said that please do not expect me to be doing something like this.
Well, if we can talk about in terms of Punjab, this is the routine trend of from across the borders. We have seen so many times, so many cases have been even busted by the Punjab police, where we have seen that some of the army officials, they have been dragged into honey trap and asked.
Right, I have to interrupt you there, Gurpreet. We have some breaking news.